Another day in Ireland, another illegal IPAS centre. So like I said before, IPAS centre means International Protection Applicant, and the government is paying some people in Ireland, millions per year to house these illegal people from war-torn parts of Africa, war-torn parts of, the Middle East, South Asia, Southeast Asia, Pakistan. A lot of these countries obviously harboring terrorists, Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden, Boko Haram, like these massive terrorist groups, people coming in. I truly believe in these IPAS centers, there's probably sleeper cells. And for those who don't know what they are, they're people looking to get back at the Western world countries because of, the US and the European involvement in the Middle East and these regions. So, look forward to that, guys. Good job. The first video we have here today, loyal patriots and nationalists of Ireland confronting this man who is the owner of a hotel in Ashbourne in County Meath, over in the east, and asking him about these IPAS centres. So let's watch this video.
No, am I, Keith? Am I? Are you okay to say that publicly? Because that's actually defamation of character, Keith. Say it again. Say it again, Keith. Tell us, IPAS, man, as soon as you brought this on yourself. How's the purchase of the Pilo going for you? Good. Got all your little dirtbag rapists up there ready to put in, yeah? Good man. I hope you're willing to verify what you said, Keith. It's a legal sitch now, love. Defamation, Pat. Keith McDermott, everybody, owner of the Ashbourne IPAS, soon to be Pilo, K67.
Keith McDermott, owner of the IPAS Centre in County Meath in Ashbourne. Now, Ashbourne, I believe, is a pretty well-to-do area, or at least it's a nice enough area. And for the most part, middle class, that kind of thing. But, these people, in my personal opinion, that actually are allowing the IPAS centres to come into small communities and small towns across Ireland, I truly believe these people are the devil and that they're evil. Like, these people are actually evil. They're changing the culture of Ireland, they're changing the heritage of Ireland, and they're actually actively ruining the economy, guys. They're destroying the economy for Irish people. Irish people with passports and ethnically Irish people. It is what it is, guys. They are completely destroying everything, and they have no remorse, guys. They only care about, like I said in the last video, the bottom line, money. Money is their God. There is no more Christ as King. There is no more God to these people. They only care about loads and loads of money, plain and simple. The next video we have here is Micheál Martin explaining why Ireland doesn't have checks and balances after deportation orders. I said yesterday, when the state and when you go to criminal court and they tell you to deport, they deport people, basically in the criminal court after you commit some heinous crime in Ireland. Once you get a deportation charge, they don't actually check whether or not you've deported yourself. It's comical, guys. It's absolutely comical. I don't understand how that works, because you'd think the one thing you have to do is check, hey, did this lad leave? And in my personal opinion, after somebody is found guilty of a crime and given a deportation order, he should be handcuffed straight away, like they do in the US after court. Handcuff you straight away and bring you straight to Dublin airport or whatever, the closest airport, and they see you leave on that plane. That is the only way to do it, guys.
This morning, Ministers Grealish and Canny were saying that the fact that the state doesn't record whether or not somebody served a deportation order has in fact left the state is a problem, and that the government should be collecting those figures, because recently a parliamentary question to Justice Minister Jim O'Callaghan asked him about this and said how many people once given deportation orders leave the state, and he said he wasn't able to provide that because we don't currently collect that information. Is that something that you feel we should be reporting?
In terms of a lot of people, when they come to the attention of the authorities, they may voluntarily leave. But I think we will always seek further data in respect of this issue. I know that the Minister will be pursuing further avenues to collate and to get accurate and precise data on that question.
But do you think that we should specifically have exit checks at the border? Because again, according to the Minister, we don't currently have that. And do you think that that's something that...
We don't have exit checks under the public, nor is it feasible to do so.
extremely dangerous. For those who know anything about like law enforcement, like policing, stuff like that, if you have a basic understanding like myself, if you don't deport people or, you know, actually sentence people to these crimes, these people are very dangerous in the state, guys. They can go and do crazy shit like attack people and commit violent crime, because there is no sort of law then in place for them to actually get any sort of repercussions, okay, because they've already been deported, okay. But if they don't deport, it's just so dangerous, guys. It is extremely dangerous for the people, the citizens of Ireland, to have somebody with deportation orders still in the country. They're going to be reoffenders, plain and simple. The next video we have here to react to is Poland will not implement the Pact on Migration and Asylum, okay. So this is crazy apparently, so let's watch this one, guys.
Pani Przewodnicząca, Szanowni Europosłowie, Pani Urszulo, najwyższy czas, by ktoś wprost Pani powiedział to, co o Pani myśli zdecydowana większość Europejczyków. Wybranie Pani na stanowisko Przewodniczącej Komisji Europejskiej w poprzedniej kadencji było ogromnym błędem i niektórzy do dzisiaj mają kaca po tej decyzji. Jest Pani twarzą Europejskiego Zielonego Ładu, który niszczy europejską gospodarkę i rolnictwo, który prowadzi do tego, że z Europy robi się gospodarczy skansen. Jest Pani twarzą wszystkich unijnych, klimatycznych wariactw, które prowadzą do tego, że my, Europejczycy, stajemy się coraz biedniejsi. Wreszcie jest Pani twarzą paktu migracyjnego i zwracam się do Pani jak kobieta do kobiety, jak matka do matki. Jak Pani nie wstyd promować coś takiego jak pakt migracyjny, który prowadzi do tego, że miliony kobiet w Europie i dzieci czuje się zagrożonych na ulicach swoich własnych miast.
I love this Polish lady. I love the Eastern Europeans. Who is this based Polish lady? She's saying Ursula to the Ursula von der Leyen, whatever her name is, the leader of the EU, okay? Because the EU, in my opinion, is the devil as well. We should absolutely leave the EU. She's saying, mother to mother, how can you not feel ashamed about bringing in millions of illegal people into the EU? And now kids and women and men, some men, feel scared to walk in their own cities. Wow, that's crazy. So that's who is that? That's the Polish sort of ambassador to the EU, I suppose. One of these Polish ambassadors. Poland are based. Poland, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Hungary. These countries are legendary countries. You know, I wish we had leaders like that in Ireland. You know, like these legendary Polish leaders.
Odpowiada Pani za każdy gwałt, za każdą napaść, za każdą tragedię spowodowaną napływem nielegalnych imigrantów, bo to Pani tych ludzi zaprasza tutaj na teren Europy i
I just love, listen, Eastern European women are so tough. She said, you're responsible for every sexual assault, every attack, every killing that these illegal migrants have come here for. Whew, that's legendary.
to, co Pani robi, za to, co Pani robi, powinna Pani trafić do więzienia, a nie do Komisji
Damn, she said you should go to prison, not the European Commission. Damn, this is legendary.
Europejskiej. Pani obecność na stanowisku szefowej Komisji Europejskiej to upadek, dalszy upadek Unii Europejskiej. I wie Pani, co myślimy o Pani Europejskim Zielonym Ładzie? Wie Pani, co myślimy o pakcie migracyjnym?
Damn.
Oto.
She's ripping up the climate stuff. She's ripping up the immigration stuff. She's saying, this is what we think of you and being the head of this. And she shouldn't be the head of anything. I agree. She is also the devil. These people want to see this sort of globalist, you know, Marxist economy. And it's truly awful, guys. You know, this whole illegal immigration thing is just absolutely brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. So obviously we have here another video, Roma Gypsy. Okay, and he actually was put in jail for 8 years for running 8 brothels across Dublin. So it says a Roma asylum seeker, like a Roma gypsy, okay? We saw yesterday they get €756 from the social welfare. So that's abuse of the social welfare. I think it's because of the amount of kids that they have or whatever, but, you know, that's a whole nother story. It says that a Roma brothel keeper sentenced to 8 years in jail, okay? But he also had 8 brothels. That's crazy. How are you able to own a brothel? I thought that's like illegal. I thought prostitution in Ireland, I thought that's illegal. Okay, so we have the actual man here, Stelian Kukui Susia, whatever, with his son Stelian, who represent the Roma community at an anti-racist rally in Waterford earlier this week. So this was back in 2014, this picture was taken. So basically this guy right here, you guys can see him here, I'm showing you him. He's been in the country for 10 plus years and he ran 8 brothels. Okay, he wrote a letter to the sentencing judge in which he complained about discrimination and racism he faced in Ireland. Could you imagine? You know, only in Western countries like America, North America, Europe, and Western Europe, really, and Australia, do they actually care about what these idiots think, guys. Like in Eastern Europe, the way they treat Roma gypsies and stuff is very primitive, guys, and they don't listen to any of this bullshit. Okay, if you're breaking the law, that's final, guys. Absolutely disgusting. So we have another video here, guys. Yet another stabbing in Dublin City, of course, this time the ILAC shopping centre. Now, I've reported before, you know, at the beginning of the year, I was reporting every single week there was a stabbing. It was just absolutely crazy, guys. Like, it seems like it's just ubiquitous in Dublin now. It's just widespread. And it says, a man was stabbed in the back during an altercation in the ILAC shopping centre. An armed Gardaí, that's Gardaí with guns, okay, because our regular Gardaí don't have guns, were deployed to the incident. Another knife attack to add to the list of recent attacks in the city. So let's watch this video here. Okay. Seems like a whole bunch of Gardaí. So there's like, what? I count 10 Gardaí, one detective here. You know, another 2 men here, and these are Roma gypsies that are stabbing each other, guys. They're Bulgarian Roma gypsies. You can see their small frame and this sort of look that they have. So Roma gypsies are just running wild in Dublin, you know, and they're kind of coming to the West as well. I've noticed the last month or two, there's a lot of flipping people coming here to Galway, to Donegal, to Cork. A lot of people that I've never seen before. Afghani, you know, this is just going crazy. So this is a great video I saw here from Peter Plus on X. He says, had enough yet, Irishman? And it says that a new estate is being built in Hayward Road in Clonmel. Okay, and it says, does your estate have 24/7 private security, 3 meals a day delivered to your door, free internet, free taxi service? These people get everything for free. Free cars, free houses. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like, this is the agenda. Irish people get nothing, while the rest of the world, when they want to come here and ruin society by not working, get stuff for free. Do people not get that yet? It is absolutely disgusting, man. It is unbelievable. I couldn't believe that this is actually real. So they're building another sort of IPAS estate, or like, you know, they build these like communities, almost like military barracks, where they have like, you know, these sort of modular homes, and they put people in them. IPAS residents, illegal migrants, refugees. Refugees, we know in Ireland is all bullshit, guys. So absolutely crazy. The last video we have here from Michael O'Keefe. Okay, it says, Irish woman is afraid to exit her car to go to work because of groups of strange foreign men hanging around outside. There is no way for anyone to live, but it's the reality in Ireland. Absolutely, it's the reality. I walked down the GPO last year. There was tons of homeless people getting food outside. The homeless didn't really look like they were Irish, not that I saw. Then there was also tons of like, you know, Middle Eastern men just sitting at the side of the road, drinking coffee. You know, we're talking about 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. Like, you should be at work, you know, but instead these men are lurking around. And, you know, we have here a beautiful redhead, blue-eyed woman. And me personally, guys, I know a lot of you guys out there, or whatever, but I would absolutely rather see a beautiful lady like this than some, you know, Roma gypsies lurking around the place. Call me crazy, okay? Call me crazy. I'd rather have this beautiful Irish redhead looking girl running around the place than a lot of these Roma gypsies or Middle Eastern or whatever, guys. You know, war-torn parts of Africa, guys. So that's just me, though.
I'm currently sitting in my car and I'm waiting to get out. This has happened to me probably about 3 times in the last 2 weeks, where I've pulled up outside where I work, and there's a group of males lurking around, and I really don't feel like I want to get out of the car. And now, because it's my 3rd time, I think they kind of like, maybe like they know that they've seen me here before, so I feel like the stares are on me. I feel like, you know, when you know somebody's like staring at you, and I just really don't want to get out of the car. Like, obviously I don't I don't speak their language, so, you know, I can hear them all speaking at each other. I have no idea what they're saying. It could be normal, how are you kind of stuff as well, but it's very...
Well, let's be honest. Okay, yeah, I know she's trying to be nice and stuff, but I'm not that nice. They're speaking some foreign language that you don't understand. You should just tell them, like, hey, speak English. Okay, we're in Ireland. We speak English in Ireland. You know what I mean? And obviously she can't say that because they would attack her. Like, it's very dangerous for women to be saying crazy shit like that. But they're speaking a foreign language on purpose, guys, to say things that she won't understand.
Very, very intimidating. They're not really dressed great. Like, they're dressed kind of like, you know, hoods up and stuff like that. A little bit like kind of intimidating. So I just don't really feel comfortable getting out of the car. And
it's a good point. You know, I've seen a lot recently young, like, men from, like, the East or whatever, and they're wearing, like, the hood up with, like, this, like, you know, balaclava on, and, you know, wearing big puffer jackets, and it's 30 degrees outside. It's like, what's up with that, you know?
They don't look like they're up to any good, to be honest. And I'm not judging. I'm not judging at all, but they're very, very loud. I don't know if you can hear them here in the background, but they're quite loud, and just, yeah, I'm not getting out of the car. And I'm going to be late for work now again by about 10 minutes because I'm not walking over to my workplace. First of all, I don't feel comfortable with them even seeing where my workplace is, but this is just not okay. It's not okay. And I think I am a very easygoing person. I'm very open-minded, but can they just not lurk around the streets? Please, can they not lurk around the streets? And even if they are absolutely fine and they're not up to any good, you can't do that. You can't intimidate people like that by staring at them and looking at them like that. And I'm actually very glad that I'm recording this right now because they're getting closer and closer to my car. So maybe, hopefully, if they were to come up to my car and say anything, at least I have it on camera. But I'm just going to go now, make a run for it now in a minute. And you know what the worst part is? The homecoming was on last night for Tipperary, so there's not many people actually around the streets. The streets are pretty quiet. There's not many people here. Oh, I'm going to go.
So that's your Irish government in 2025, whoever this woman is. Scared to leave your goddamn car to go to work. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And, you know, she's trying to be kind of like PC, trying to be non-judgmental. She said, I'm not trying to be judgmental. We have to change Ireland. You 100% should be judgmental. Like, no two ways about it, guys. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You should be judgmental because the sort of way that she's living there, you know, she's obviously terrified to leave her car. I mean, women are terrified of men in general. Okay, women and children can't defend themselves against men. Only men can defend themselves against men. So you're not really in a good situation there. I think we need to, like, bring in pepper spray or, like, handguns or something. If she had a handgun, I'm sure she would not be afraid. But we don't have these laws in Ireland. You know, the government of Ireland don't want to protect the citizens of Ireland. You know, they just want you to ring the guards. Oh, please, I'm being attacked. And then they'll send some DEI hire, you know, some 5'2" lesbian or something. And then, oh no, I would just tell them, if they say we're going to send the new DEI hire from the Gardaí, the 5'2" lesbian, I'll say, well, just send the flippin' Undertaker because I'm going to die. You know what I mean? Like, it's just ridiculous, guys. And the crime is increasing. You know, these crime waves are going to get way worse, guys. Just wait for this. Like, I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen 100%. So protect yourself at all times, like in the UFC, and stay away from people that you think are dangerous. I love you all. If you want to support me, hit the join link underneath the video. Become a member today. And yeah, for just the price of €3, you guys can help support me, and I'll help push back against the mainstream media. Because this is an information war, okay? This war is an information war. I watched a video recently about a proud patriot in Ireland, and he was talking about how, like, the protests in Dublin, they don't work, basically. He's saying that the protests around Ireland don't work, you know? And then he also said in the same kind of video that, like, you know, going on the internet and protesting on the internet and speaking your mind on the internet, that also doesn't work. But I don't really agree with that, guys. I think the internet is the #1 way to push back against the mainstream and against the government. It is an information war. You know Alex Jones' InfoWars? It is an information war in 2025. The way you beat things is to wake people up and we vote them out of office. To say that, you know, we can't beat them online or can't beat them in, you know, with these protests in person, it's a bit unfair, guys, because then all that's left is a revolution, and nobody wants to have a revolution in Ireland, and that's illegal and it's stupid, and I would not say to anybody to recommend that at all. That's crazy. That's a crazy way of speaking. Also, the last thing I want to say, I had this one guy hating on me for not tagging him in the video, but I actually did tag him. If you guys want me to tag you in these videos, these are your videos, just leave me a message and I'll tag you in the comment section like I've done for the last 2 years. Okay, I always tag your video in the comment section whenever you guys ask me, your YouTube channel or your Instagram. You know, people are getting like fired up, and it's just because they want clout, they want attention, guys. And to be honest with you, I never got that issue when I was getting 500 views every day. Now that I'm getting 80,000 views, 150,000 views in a 48-hour period, now people want me to tag them in their videos, but I'm doing as much as I can, guys, okay? So just try and be cool. We're helping push the movement along. We need to come together more, okay? This is a movement, guys. Just because one person doesn't agree that I'm using their video, it is what it is. It's free content on the internet, okay? And if you put content out there, people are going to use it, guys. So remix my video. I'd love if people clipped up my video and used it in their TikToks and whatever, guys. Clip my videos. I actually encourage people to use my videos more, okay? Because it gets more attention on me, and that makes the movement grow as well. So I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to share this video with all your friends, and I'll see you all in the next one, guys. Peace.